Fellow congregation members of the church, most people do this here as an evil, rotten, decrepit, low down, despicable, foul-mouthed monster. I realize that monsters like this do not have a place in heaven. And I also realize that hell simply will not have them because they don't want a motherfucker like this trying to take over. They won't be sick.
It's another beautiful day to be a raider, draped in the silver and black. I represent the shield, I represent the swords. It's that time of night again, Raider Nation, and you've come back. Why? Because it's time. It's time to bring them.
What's up, Raider Nation? I am the Commish, coming to you live, as always, from the friendly confines of Hardcore Challenge Live Studios. And just where is that, might you ask? Let me give you some simple directions. We're just down the street, past the house with the boarded up windows. Make sure you stop at the corner and ask my man Joe. He's a gentleman, he's a scholar. But man, it's a zombie apocalypse. The man's living through a pandemic. He's got fucking mouths to feed. Something what you should, and he's gonna point you in the right direction. He's gonna tell you to take a left and then a right. And as you find yourself strolling down the street, minding your own goddamn business, a cool breeze will hit you that chills you right to your skeletal core. And you'll find yourself asking, was that the autumn wind? You're goddamn right. Should you venture down this deep dark alley? Well, of course you should. Because what you're gonna find at the end is a special little place that we like to call deep behind the enemy line. This is Raider Reaction, and as it is every Tuesday on Raider Reaction, it's the Raider Nation Report. A solid 60 minutes with yours truly as we dig into everything silver and black. And before I get into, well, mostly what I want to get into tonight, because Facebook has really been a real pain in my ass, and has it's really gotten in between our alone time, our one-on-one interaction, and it's really starting to piss me the hell off. So the biggest thing that has happened, obviously, is the release of the 2020 schedule. And I see predictions pretty much from the fucking second the Super Bowl ends. You see predictions about what's going on You know, what everybody thinks is going to go on the next season. And what do I always say? You can't give me any kind of prediction without an entire offseason to add your pieces, a draft class, and what? A schedule. A schedule that shows you when your home games are, what your travel plans are, what backs up, you know, how many away games you got backed up, how are you traveling across country, do you have to stay back-to-back weeks to, all of these things. And the first thing that's happening, now I feel like you have a team. Yes, not all the pieces are put together. All decisions have not been made. Competition has been set for training camp preseason. You've got rookies that are trying to make camp, undrafted rookies. You got 90 fucking players, and you're trying to dwindle it down to 53. It's a whole different. We get all that, but you can see the gist of where they're driving, and you can look at the schedule. And what we're going to do tonight, I have looked at the 2020 schedule, and for the last 3 seasons. 2017, 2018, 2019. I've taken the schedule, I've set it down, I've chunked it up with you right here live. And we've gotten a way too goddamn fucking early prediction for our Raider season. And we're going to do that tonight. Way too fucking early prediction for the 2020 Las Vegas Raiders season. I've looked at the schedule. Yeah, this game looks good. This game looks good. But to sit and digest it and chunk it and go through it week by week, pick a winner. I haven't done it yet. And see what the record is at the end. Now, it's not predetermined. I'm not driving this to hit 11-5, 10-6, 13-3, 9-7. Whatever we end up with, it ends up with. And said that Hey, tell Jacob Mama needs to read. I can't parent for you. Come on now. Just give suggestions, like stickers, you know. Come on, we're not handing out cookies. Maybe brownies, but not cookies. Now, moving along. So that's what we're going to do tonight. Now, of course, the big news that's I guess you can call it breaking news. Aka, Mara, the Prince, coming over, adding him to the cornerback tree. Yeah, he's good depth. He was once a first round pick. A lot of hype around that guy, but he's bounced around a little bit, and you know, we'll see. He brings some depth, and he brings some veteran leadership. So, and you know, we need some depth in the cornerback tree. Kiss it. So. Whatever. Somebody say purple drink? Purple drink. Now, let's get right into it. I think this is going to take damn near the whole hour. I want your participation. Throw your comments up. Share it. Throw it out there. Share it. Let's dig into this. Now, I'm not going to get into preseason. Week 1 in preseason, we play the bitch pigeons. Week 2, you play the Niners. You play the Cardinals in week 3, which is probably the only game anybody gives a fuck about. That's typically your dress rehearsal game. So you got the Cardinals week 3. So, and that's at home. That's probably the one and you got the Lambs in week 4, which is, you know, for all the guys that are going to be insurance salesmen and selling real estate in a fucking week. That's what that game's for. If you're playing in that game, you are on the verge of losing your job or being the next budding real estate agent in the middle of fucking bumfuck nowhere. That's probably where you're headed. So, yeah, that's what that game is. So we're going to start at week 1. Panthers, we're starting on the road. Now, the Panthers have already been named a slight favorite, which I think is absolute bullshit. You've got Teddy Bitchwater, who has done nothing except in a brief period plugged into the perfect situation. He had a little bit of success. You had a Super Bowl fucking coaching staff. You were replacing a Super Bowl quarterback with a fucking playoff caliber offensive line. Fucking Kamara behind you. You're throwing to one of the most premier wide receivers in the fucking league. You got a plethora of weapons, and it's a fucking plug and play, man. It was perfect. It was the perfect scenario for a backup quarterback. That's how a backup quarterback relaunches his career. And Teddy Bridgewater did exactly what he should do. But let's not forget, the last time before that he was on a field and he was given the entire reins, he was folded like a fucking cheap Walmart fucking lawn chair and carted off the field by his own team. So let's keep it real, all right? You've got Bridgewater going to the fucking Panthers and playing with an entirely new team, coaching staff, players, everything. How can you give them any type of advantage? You don't know if that's going to gel at all. You don't know if that's going to blow up, what that experiment's going to look like at all. So in week 1, I give your Las Vegas Raiders a lot better than they're dogs coming into this game. How are you minor underdogs coming to this? The Raiders are minor underdogs coming to this game. Absolutely zero respect coming into week 1. I think week 1, the Raiders come out and they look very good. Unfortunately, psyche-wise, I think they come out and they look too good in week 1. I don't think the Panthers are gelling at all in week 1. I think it's too much to ask for Bridgewater to consume this whole offense, all new players, new everything. I think it's too much to ask for them to be successful in week 1. And I think the Raiders win week 1, and I think they come out 1-0, and Raider Nation is happy. And, we're all chanting Super Bowl, and, we're losing our fucking minds. We're drunk in the streets, flipping cars, doing crazy shit. Now, then comes week 2. We're coming to Vegas. Now, everybody's excited, and it makes for cute memes and shit. Fucking Breeze versus Carr and blah blah blah. But let's keep it real, folks. All right, You want to throw stats? Okay, well, throw Drew Brees' stats, all you fucking stat boys. Throw Drew Brees' stats up against Derek Carr's. It's not going to be good. Yes, I am, Keith. You're goddamn right. You bet your ass. I'll see you in Atlanta too, brother. But you got to look at that, man. This is not a good scenario for week 1 to be handed this young team that you're hoping gels quickly in the first quarter part of the season. And I think you're going to get a big win in Carolina, and I think that could get you a little bit of a big head as you're walking into this buzzsaw that could be the 13-3 New Orleans Saints from last season, who's going to come in completely healthy with Alvin Kamara, Michael Thomas, freaking Drew Brees. They've got the pedigree coaching staff. Man, this is a talented goddamn team, man, and this is Monday Night Football. This is a team that knows how to do it in prime time, has got it done, and this is, I'm not going to sit here and blow smoke and fucking sunshine and rainbows up everybody's ass and say the Raiders are going 16-0 this season. Woo, 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 woo. No. Let's... No. We're not going to do that. Let's keep it real, all right? This isn't a clown show, so none of that. I want it. I want the home opener to be a win. I want it, but the NFL did not set it up easy for your Las Vegas Raiders. They hand him a team who's in the conversation for a Super Bowl and definitely an NFC Championship appearance. It's not an easy one. I'm counting it an L. It's 1-1 after 2. Now here's where I think this young team needs to sharpen its claws. It needs a wounded lamb. That's kind of what this team needs. And I think the next 2 games just line up perfectly for what this team needs. Because I think this team is they make or break in the first quarter of this season because of the youth of this team. You've got a lot of youth that's coming in from last season. You've injected even more youth this season, and you injected youth at key offensive positions that it's either going to make or break right out of the gate, man. You're going to know whether these were good calls or these were bad calls. You're going to know it on defense, whether the guys you brought in at linebacker are getting it done, the guys you brought in at corner are getting it. You're going to know it right out of the gate, whether these moves paid off. And I think these two games right here are big. You've got the Patriots, and I think they are Dolphins 2.0. They are what the Dolphins were in 2019. The Patriots are going to be in 2020, whether it's by design or if it's just by the way shit worked out. You do not plug and play a quarterback like Tom Brady. As much as I hate his fucking guts, he is what he is. He's got hands full of jewelry, and he's in the conversation of one of the greatest of all times. You don't pull him out from under center and plug it. Who the fuck are they even going to stick under center that even remotely gives them a chance? That division is going to be a straight fucking dumpster fire, and you've got two of those teams back to back. You've got on the road in New England. I think you go there, and that is the get right game. You go there and absolutely kick the fucking teeth in of a fledgling franchise. And honestly, I think they've had meetings, and the Patriots expect this season to be a crash and burn dumpster fire of a season. 100% believe it. When Brady left, you just knew, listen, that year, it's going to be a rough one. But, we've done a lot. Blah, 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 blah. Next year, we'll have a kick-ass pick. And that's what they're going to do. And then you get the Bills. So, win. That's a win for the Las Vegas Raiders. They're in week 3 on September 27th. So, that's 2-1 after 2 weeks. Raiders fans are happy. Now, the Bills are coming to town, and it's time to get that first Las Vegas victory, and this is where I think it happens right here. This is where I think it happens right here, is you get your first Vegas victory. When the Bills come to town, this is where it happens. And this puts your team at 3-1 after the first quarter of the season. I like to look at the season in fourths. Basically like quarters, first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. You want to finish strong. You always want to finish strong. Even if you're losing, you always want to finish strong, because it's good to always much better to build on success than it is to build on failure. So you always want to finish strong. Always. So the fact that you come out of the first quarter 3-1 is big, because here's what I think. If you finish anything less than 2-2 in the first quarter of this season, the two words that I dread, the most dreaded words of 2020 for me, the most dreaded words, and that's quarterback controversy, because it's already been laid out, man. The groundwork has been built, the foundation is there. I mean, we've got pilings, and we're ready. It's fucking ready for erection of a quarterback controversy. Yeah, I said erection. It's there. I'm telling you. If this team comes out and doesn't gel quick and has a slow start, if you come out and you don't beat the Panthers in week 1, you look horrible on Monday Night Football, you stumble against the Patriots team without Tom Brady. If it happens, I'm telling you, we ran polls like crazy for the first month of the offseason. We ran, and we were getting like 2,500 to 3,000 votes on all of the polls every time we did one. And this is like 99.9% Raider fans. So, I mean, it's a pretty good fucking cross-section. And it's teetering anywhere from 30 to 40%, where the fan base was ready to give up on Derek Carr. They're ready to move on. They wanted to see something different. So, I'm telling you, you've had a draft now where you've given him all the weapons, you've set it all up, you've supposedly fixed all the problems on offense. If you come out in the first quarter of the season and you ain't getting it done, the name Mariota is going to start to be chanted from the stands by a certain fucking percentage of the fan base. A certain percentage of the fan base is going to start to boo Carr. And you end up with this shit like you had in the last game in Oakland, where, nacho cheese is getting tossed at people. And then all of a sudden, you can't build in the middle of that, and that becomes a toxic environment, and that just destroys a team. So what I want to see is if it's Carr, if fucking for some reason Mariota has this ungodly fucking preseason and beats him out, whoever it is that they stick under center for week 1, I'm rolling with until they absolutely fucking piss down their leg. Because the best thing for a franchise is not any kind of controversy at the quarterback position, because that is a fucking cancer for an NFL season. A cancer. So this is my biggest fear, because you've given Mariota this contract. Everybody knows he has this contract. It's incentive laden. It only pays him if he gets on the field. He's damaged goods. Man, there's nothing more dangerous than a guy at this professional level that is at the verge of losing it all. If he doesn't do something at this stop, he may never get another chance. So when he gets a chance, I'm telling you, he's going to do the most to make the best of it. So it's my only concern. But after the first quarter of the season, I have our Las Vegas Raiders polishing off the Bills on October 4th, sitting at 3-1. Now, here's where I think things get interesting, is these next 2 games. And I think these are very pivotal. Jesus Christ. Fucking mouth. Mouth meet brain. Please connect. Thank you. Thank you. All right. I think these are very pivotal. The Chiefs. I'm not going to sit here and say we're going to sweep the Chiefs. I don't think so. But everything that we did in the offseason was to match the Chiefs, to match them in speed, to match what they do, to match the firepower. I think this is a good game. It's on the road. It's in Kansas City. What I do like about this is we don't have to go to Kansas City in fucking late December, where it's fucking butt freezing cold, fucking 50 below wind chill, any of that bullshit. So that's nice. I think you let Kansas City know what they're up for this season, and that they may be in for a dogfight. But I think Kansas City takes this first one at home, and we take an L, and we drop to 3-2. Now, going into the bye week, 3-2, I think that's a solid thing. Bye weeks in week 6, just like last season. And positive thing, I don't like the bye week being this fucking early in the season. We kind of got the bone on that one again. But, you know, hey, we're the Raiders, and, you know, we're going to get the bone. Damn! It's just the way it is. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I said it. Fuck them.
In your face, sucker!
It's just the way it is. We get the bone. So, but this is what I like. You're now 3-2. You took one on the chin a little bit against your division rival, the one that you're fighting for. And you got to come out. And this game, this is an interesting game. There's so much history here. You've got Brady, the whole Tuck rule thing, all that bullshit, the Patriots, blah blah blah. But then you got the Succaneers, you know, the Chucky Bowl, they beat us in the last Super Bowl. You've got all of that. Now you got all of those two crunched together, all in one. And you got it on Sunday Night Football. You got it in prime time. You got it after a bye week. You get them on a 2-week break. You're coming off a loss to the Chiefs. And I think this is a pivotal game right here early in the season. You have a chance to either go drop to 500 at 3-3, or you bounce up and go to 4-2. And I think this is a big game. You didn't look good in Monday night against the Saints. This is your second chance in prime time. It's your chance to erase that memory and put a positive memory of the silver and black and stamp it on the world. And I think right here, you start to become relevant in the 2020 season. Early, 4-2, take down Brady and his new squad in Vegas for another home victory, and you move to 4-2. I think this is a game that you can really game plan for. You can really get up. There's so many storylines that you can draw for this game. And I just don't think that the Brady to the fucking Tampa Bay fucking experiment is going to work. I don't. I think it's a desperate ploy for a guy who's trying to prove it's him and not the coach. I really do. Tampa Bay has some weapons. So it's an interesting. I get it. It's an interesting conversation. They've got a little talented running back. You've got Mike Evans. You got Godwin. You're bringing Gronk back. You've got you got the tight end out of Alabama. What the hell's his name? O.J. Howard. I get it. I see what he sees, but this is the Buccaneers, pal. They got lightning in a bottle one fucking year because they fucking rented Chucky at just the prime time, and they caught lightning in a bottle. But this is the worst franchise in the history of the NFL. Fuck Tom Brady if he thinks he's gonna walk in and fucking just strut it and make them something again. They don't put asses in the seats. They're a sorry ass franchise from Jump Street. Fuck them and fuck his old ass if he thinks he can fucking beat Father Time by eating fucking rice cakes and fucking avocado ice cream. Father Time is undefeated, and he's gonna fucking knock your ass out just like he does everybody else. Peyton Manning thought he was the fucking greatest, most cerebral thing ever. Yeah, guess what? That last season, he looked like he had a fucking lint dick arm, and it's coming for you too, pal. It's coming for you too. You're not just gonna walk in and carry the fucking Buccaneers somewhere. This is a win for the Raiders, and I think this is a big stamp one that says, hey, we're here. 4-2. Week 7. But unfortunately, I think you go into week 8 on the road in Cleveland and you get a little cocky. And Baker Mayfield steals one from us. We drop one and we go to 4-3 and we're questioning ourselves and like, oh shit, man, win the big game against fucking Brady, but they lose to Baker Mayfield. Who are the Raiders? Oh my God, what's going on? I don't know. I'm confused. Holy shit. Yeah, no shit. Me too, dog. And then, it's the last game, second quarter, you got the Sparklers. It's basically a home game because you go into LA. And the great thing about this is it starts off, you got 2 home games after that. So this is almost like an extra home game every season. It really is when you get to play the Sparklers in LA. It's a blackout. The LA section of the Raider Nation comes out and I just completely black out this game. So this is a big win. I do not believe in fucking Herbert, the fucking pretty boy with the fucking hairband. I don't believe in him as a quarterback. I just don't. I don't think he's going to do anything more for that team than Quivers and his fucking 37 kids did. I don't see him as. So I'm not worried about this game. This is a win, and your Raiders are sitting at 5-3 at the halfway point. 5-3 at the halfway point of your 2020 season. So if I told you your team, the Las Vegas Raiders, in their first season in Las Vegas, would be sitting at 5-3. After week 9, half of their games played, halfway point of their season. You'd be happy, right? 5-3. 5-3. I'd take that. Now, here's where I think it gets interesting. You got back-to-back home games, and these are back-to-back divisional home games. You're sitting at 1-1 now in the division. You're sitting at 5-3. And I think this is where it gets interesting. I think the second half of this season laid out spectacular for your Las Vegas Raiders. I really do. I mean, 3 of your last 4 games are home games. You got the 3 home games in a row. And then you close it out in Denver. I think I really like how this lays out. Now, these 2 games right here, I think, is where you really can make a big step forward as a contender. I don't believe in the new quarterback for the Donkeys. I don't think he's the answer. I think they're going to struggle this season like they have struggled over the past several seasons. So I know they went and they got some wide receiver talent. They did this and they did that. I don't think they've got the right coaching staff. I don't think they need to get rid of they need to throw Elway, set his ass out on the curb, and they need to start over. But obviously I hope they just continue sucking and, coming up short and being the sorry asses that they've been for ever and ever. At least recent future. It hasn't been ever and ever. I mean, I don't want to bring up bad shit, but it has been for a while now. So you're sitting 6-3 if you take down the Donkeys. And this is where I think you get the Chiefs, man. It's Sunday Night Football. You're now 6-3. You're relevant. You're now 2-1 in the AFC West. You're right on the Chiefs' ass. You battled to fucking, you gave them some black eyes in the first meeting that you had in Arrowhead in early October. This is where you have a chance to really make your mark in the 2020 season, is by taking them down in Vegas, Sunday Night Football, in front of the world, taking down the defending world champions, the team that you are chasing in your division. You take them down and you're sitting 7-3. And I think that is a huge marquee win, a big game right there. I've struggled, man. I've looked back and I've tried to be objective, but I can't stick a marquee win next to Derek Carr's name in his career. I can't stick a marquee win. That game right there, if the Chiefs are what the Chiefs should be by that time of the season as a defending Super Bowl champ, compared to looking like what they have been the last two seasons, I would think they would be. That's a big win. That's a marquee win against the team you're chasing, the defending champs. So that could be something to start hanging your hat on a little bit heading down this season. So that would make you 7-3. So it's 3 games in a row that you won against division rivals. That would be unprecedented, paramount, just fucking badass. I don't know how else to put it. That would be straight fucking money to win those 3 games right there. 3 games in November. 1 on the road, which is basically a home game in LA. And then against the Donkeys and the Queefs. That would be huge. So you're sitting at 7-3. And this is another, unfortunately, I think this is where you slip and you let one get away to a high-powered offense in Atlanta, and you go and you drop one in the Sphincter Stadium. And yes, let me digress. Yes, I said Sphincter Stadium. Have you seen the stadium? Yeah, it's nice. It's all designed, some engineer firm designed it. It's all cute and shit. But hey, that thing on top, you can call it an Oculus. You can call it whatever you want. That's a mechanical butthole. That's a fucking Sphincter Stadium. Dice it however you want, Falcons fans. You've got a butthole on top of your stadium that goes like that. That's a fucking Sphincter Stadium. So, unfortunately, we're going to drop one in the Sphincter Stadium. It is what it is, and we're sitting at 7-4. And we got to go to New York and play the Jets, Jets. And last year, that's where the fucking wheels came off. It's where the wheels came off, completely. 34-3, a fucking drubbing. We're sitting at 6-4. You're sitting at 6-4 with the Jets, the Chiefs, Titans, Jaguars, Chargers, and Broncos. You're like, how the heck? There's no way we're not 8-8, 9-7. How's that possible? Everybody's talking about the Raiders, looking at the schedule they got ahead. We stood at the doorway of relevancy, the doorway of the playoff picture, and just as a franchise completely pissed down our leg. It is what it is. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it. It is what it is. We had a big piss stain all over the fucking front of ourselves, all the way to our sock. We was walking home with soggy sock. It wasn't good. It's not good. I don't want to have soggy sock this year. When we're standing there, let's keep our faculties about us and step on through that doorway and let's handle business. And I think this year you handle business against the Jets. You go to New York and you rectify what you fucking should have done last year. And you handle fucking business. 8-4. 8-4. Third quarter's over. Third quarter is in the books, and you're sitting at 8-4. You got 4 games left. The start of a 3-game homestand, and you close out on the road in Donkey Land, and you're sitting at 8-4. 8-4. I'm, See, and that's the thing. I see some of you guys have thrown it up there. No, I don't see us losing the Browns. No, I don't see us losing Atlanta. And I can make those arguments too. I can make those arguments for every game on here. You can make an argument for or against pretty much any team in any given game in an NFL matchup. If you really wanted to get down to fucking brass tacks and, pick points and what have you. But it's tough because you gotta try and look at it as a whole and realize that the team's not gonna go 16-0 in a 17-game season. They're not gonna go 16-0. Brain, meat, mouth again. Not gonna go 16-0. So there's gonna be losses in there somewhere, and you've gotta look for the losses. Sometimes you gotta look for the wins. But you definitely got to look for the losses because they're going to happen. And there's just certain games I think they're going to slip up in. Now, coming into the fourth quarter, I like the schedule and I like the way it lays out. You've got 3 straight home games. You've got the Colts coming to town. Philip Quivers bringing his 37 kids with him. Doesn't matter. It's a different blue. But that's it. It's a different blue. That's all. No, you're not the savior. You're Phillip Rivers, man. You're not the savior. At all. The savior of what? Come on, Quivers. It's a cute idea. Andrew Luck fucking gave up on your franchise. Too many fucking... You couldn't put a line in front of him. You went and sucked for Luck, but you couldn't suck enough to get any talent to put around him to protect his ass. So, I see the Raiders winning this one. It's 8-4, and I see this is the start of a 3-game winning streak because I think you sweep the Sparklers this year and you go to 10-4. And you're sitting at 10-4. And you're like, holy fuck, we're 10-4. 10-4. And I think you slip up. I think you slip up in this last one on the road. I think you fucking let the kid get one and steal one in Vegas. Tua comes in and somehow, some way, it's the end of the season. See, here's the thing, is I think the Dolphins have a good chance to be relevant enough in their division this year to still be battling for a division crown at the end of the year. And this kid's got a lot to prove. So many doubters. Nobody thought he would even make it into the league. So many doubters for this kid. And I think this is one when the Raiders sitting at 10-4 could look past Tua Tagovailoa or Tagovailoa or whatever the fuck it is. Tua. We'll stick with Tua. And I think they get one here. So your Raiders are sitting at 10-5, going to Donkey Land in the final week of the season, and they close it out with a win. And they're sitting at 11-5. But here's the $1 million question, Raider Nation. Is 11-5 enough to win the AFC West? Is that enough? We do have the defending Super Bowl champions. Their quarterback has gotten a league MVP. These, as much as we hate them, they don't suck. I give cred where cred is due, and they have performed. They've gotten the job done. Is 11-5 enough to win your division? Is that enough? I'm not sure. Let's do a quick rundown. Again, for those of you that just joined us, week 1 against the Panthers, I have us winning. In week 2 against the Saints, I have us losing our home opener. I have us winning against a depleted Patriots team, and then winning our first game in Vegas against the Bills to close out the first quarter of the season at 3-1. I think 3-1, first quarter of the season, everybody would be happy. And like somebody else said, it's a tough schedule. I mean, the Bills were a playoff team last year with Josh Allen under center. This is my scariest part of the season because of the quarterback controversy factor. This part of the season terrifies me for 2020. Absolutely does. I'm hoping for the best. I'm saying 3-1 right now in my way too fucking early 2020 season prediction. Way too fucking early prediction. But it is what it is. Week 5, first game against Kansas City, I have us losing. Going into the bye week at 3-2. Have us coming out and winning that big Sunday night football game against the Buccaneers. Have us at 4-2. We're going to lose the next week on the road to the Browns in a shootout. Baker Mayfield pulls one out of his ass. Landry, Odell Beckham have some crazy game. Something stupid's going to happen. And we're sitting at 4-3. But, we got a hybrid home game against the Sparklers, and we're sitting at 5-3, halfway mark of the season. And I think the Las Vegas fan base, Raider Nation as a whole, would be happy at 5-3, the midway point of the season. Then, at home, you host Donkeys, Queefs. I think those are back-to-back wins. You come out at 7-3. Drop one to the shitbirds in the fucking Sphincter Stadium with their fucking mechanical butthole. 7-4. Go to the Jets. Finish out the third quarter. And you're 8-4. You avenge that 34-3 loss from last year that sent our season into a fucking spiral. Man, we never recovered from that Jets game. Never recovered. And for the Jets to be the one that put it on our chin and gave us the fucking wobbles and the rubber legs the rest of the year, that's just fucking sickening. It's a hard one to stomach. It really is, man. The Jets? Come on. Bullshit. And then you got the home stretch, where I think you continue, you win 3 in a row, carrying over from that Jets win, you win 2 more. Colts and Quivers, take them down. You win to sweep the Sparklers, and you're sitting at 10-4. Unfortunately, you drop your last home game to Tua and the Dolphins before winning the finale in Donkeyland in the fucking snow just to make it cool. 11-5. My concern is I don't think 11-5 wins the AFC West this year. I don't think so. I think the Chiefs end up 12-4, 13-3, somewhere in that neck of the woods. I've looked at their schedule, and the thing is, I think they're going to sweep the Donkeys, and I think they're going to sweep the Chargers just like the Raiders are. I think the Chiefs and the Raiders are going to be the class of the AFC West. I think the Raiders have made the right moves to match firepower with what the Chiefs do best. And I'm predicting a big year for Derek Carr. Okay? I'm predicting a big year for Derek Carr. Will that happen? Oh, yeah, I know. I predicted a big year for Derek Carr for several seasons now. But I think this is it. And for several reasons. Derek Carr has shown me that he does have some resiliency as a quarterback. My biggest question has always been the leader of men question. Does he have the fire to be the leader of men, to raise the level of play of professional athletes at the most difficult of times? And this is the year he gets to show me and everybody else that he does. And I'm hoping he does. Why would I cheer for him not to? I question, I have a lot of doubt whether he can. But I want him to. He has the talent. He's very accurate, but he has to find that fire inside of himself again. You've been given all the talents, all the weapons, you have everything in your toolbox to now be successful. And for the first time in your career, a fucking quarterback has been put behind you since you've been the starter of the Raiders that can actually take your fucking job and run with it. And maybe never give it back to you. There hasn't been anybody like that before. Mike Glennon wasn't going to take his job. Nobody that had been behind him in the past several seasons was going to take his job. They were there to be there in case shit went wrong. In case shit went bad with DC4, he got hurt, you needed to shove somebody in there and stop the bleeding. That's what you had all these other guys for. They were never there to take his job or challenge him to take his job or ever even make him concerned or fuck with his psyche that they were there to take his job. That's a whole different thing now. This is hashtag no more excuses season for Derek Carr. So I'm rooting for him. I'm critical of him because I've watched for 6 seasons now. And ladies and gentlemen, I've been doing this. This is my 4th season of Raiders football that I have been covering. And I do my post-game reactions, and it's strictly on emotion. I watch the game with you the second it goes final. I'm on here fucking spilling my guts the second it goes final. And if that happens, then after that, I watch the entire game again. Just myself, sit down, I watch the game. Then I watch the coach's tape. The coach's tape has 3, it's silent. There's no fucking sound on that bitch. And it's 3 views of every play. And you see so much, man. I've watched 3 full seasons of Derek Carr. And these have been the 3 full seasons after 2016. So I seen watching as a fan, and then I came in as a fan in a little different perspective because I spent a lot more time watching game tape and looking at the nuts and bolts to making sure I came on here and spoke intelligently and I knew what the fuck I was talking about. Because I'm not going to come on here and talk like some asshat. I speak facts. My opinion is fact-based, and I make sure I form my opinions on the facts. What I see. Yes, I can make every fucking positive argument for Derek Carr that everybody else can. I can also sit on the other side and make every negative argument for Derek Carr that everybody else can as well. You can do that for anybody. Anybody. I can make the same arguments for Marcus Mariota negative and positive. Mariota's got a playoff win. Carr doesn't. Mariota was in a shitty system. It was run heavy. Wasn't built for him. He fucking changed the coaching staff. I can make every argument for him. He had shitty wide receivers. Basically all he ever had was a fucking tight end. And Delaney Walker was the best thing he ever fucking had. I mean, you can make the same arguments for him. And he had a worse injury. And now he's back. He wanted to prove everybody wrong. He was a higher draft pick. Blah, 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 blah. You can make all these arguments. But when it comes down to it, I don't want a quarterback controversy. I do not want to sit here after games and start calling for Marcus Mariota's name. I don't want to hear the fan base fucking screaming for Mariota's name in the fucking comments after games. Fuck that. I want to see Derek Carr. I have an entire case full of fucking Derek Carr. Football cards, autographs, shit, fucking figures, all kinds of shit of fucking Derek Carr. I want him to be successful. But man, I'm full of doubt, brother. I'm full of doubt. And you gotta put it all to rest. You have to. 2020 has to be the season that he turns the corner, man. He was given the talent. Has to be the season, man, that he turns the corner. Has to be. Has to be. I don't want to hear about fucking yards per season. I don't want to hear about completion percentage anymore. I don't. I don't want to hear that he was the fourth third quarterback last year. He was the ninth in this and I don't care. I don't care anymore. Just win, baby. That's all that matters. That's our fucking moniker, man. We fly banners of that shit. That shit means something. Just win. That's all that really matters. I don't care how. Man, I don't remember what game it was. It was late in the season. God, what game was that? Fuck, I don't remember. It was late in the season. It was one of the games that Gannon called. And it was one of the televised games where everybody was watching it. And Gannon is basically just fucking making fun of Derek Carr the entire game for his unwillingness to run the ball. And when he did finally run once later in the game, he's like, "Oh, look at there!" He did. Even an ex-Raider quarterback is saying, "Come on, man. There's just a time that you just got to know when. You just got to know when, and that it's a fire, man. I don't know what it is, but he's got to get it back, and I'm hoping for it. I'm hoping for it. He has all of the weapons. This is the most full toolbox that Derek Carr's been given. At least you can make the argument for that. We'll see how some of these guys work out, but you can make the argument for that. This is the fullest toolbox Derek Carr's been given, so we'll see. Hey, if you haven't ever checked this out before, man, thank you for stopping in. I appreciate any second you guys spent with us here at Raider Reaction. Every Tuesday night, this is how we do it right here. It's yours truly. It's the Raider Nation Report every Tuesday night. Of course, we got the morning shows that we try to run every morning. They're a little hit or miss some mornings, but damn near every morning. And then, of course, we got the rest of the hype team that helps me pop in throughout the week. We do got a kick-ass game on Friday. I got in a car accident last Friday, so there was no Black Friday last Friday, and there was no Saturday Night Fights because of that either. But Saturday Night Fights are back this week. The blood will flow again. I know that's getting nice fucking cult following, man. And Saturday Night Fights are so fun. But make sure you follow us on the Instagram, follow us on the Twitter, because everybody loves a good Twitter. And subscribe to our YouTube channel as well, Raider Reaction Webcasts. But right here's the heartbeat, man. As long as you are following, sharing, everything right here on our Facebook page, you won't miss a damn thing. And join the dark side while you're at it. Click on the group tab on our Facebook page and come to the dark side, the official Raider Reaction group on Facebook, the Raider Reaction Empire. Come to the dark side. It's real, raw, and uncensored. No fucking admins tapping you on the shoulder saying you can't say this or that. It's none of that dumb shit in our group. You can fucking let it ride. Just, you know, if you want to... That's it. Come, join. Oh, and check out that website too, right there, RaiderReaction.com. Check it out. Little portals to get you everywhere to all the tentacles of Raider Reaction. Now, every time I have a solo show, there's I like a little segment that I like to call, What? Yeah, yes, it's that time. What? I know. What? It's time. What? For that little segment that I like to call the WTF. Now, all this talking uniforms. You know, the Falcons changed their uniforms. Looks like fucking a FUBU fucking jersey from the fucking 90s or early 2000s with their fucking gradient fucking shit. Fucking sad looking. Other teams changing their uniforms. The Rams trying to change. The new stupid fucking logos. Fucking dumbass lambs. Everybody wants to change. Everybody wants to change. And then you get the fucking sparklers. They go and change. And I always hear, every time there's this mention of uniforms and this talk of uniforms that, and Chris Berman always says it, that the best uniform in professional sports is the powder blues of the Chargers. And every time I hear this, I'm just like, who the fuck ever decided this? Did Chris Berman just say this and all of his little fucking intern lackeys at ESPN just ran with it and just like, oh yeah, Chris, oh yeah, you fat drunk, yep, we'll run, yep. Because what the fuck is appealing about powder blue? There's stupid white pants and stripes and their dumb little fucking lightning bolt. How is that the best uniform in professional sports? The powder blues. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Who the fuck decided that? And when did this become a thing? Nobody wears those uniforms. How are they the best uniform in professional sports when their fans don't even buy? They have no fans. Who's buying these? What facts do you have to back this up? I would like to say that silver and black is the best looking uniform in professional sports, and there's a reason that every team now has an alternate black jersey. The powder blue, what the fuck? There's a reason every team has an alternate black jersey now, because they're all a bunch of fucking dick riders, ball huggers. Y'all want to be Raiders? It's cool. Come to the dark side. You know, it's just know. It's a one-way ticket, motherfuckers. You get on the Raider train. The only way you get off is thrown off. Just know. It's a one-way ticket. And it's for life. If you're coming. Just want to make sure you understand that. We're clear. I got us at 11-5 this year. I think that's a wild card. It's not a division crown. I don't think that's enough. I think the Chiefs end up 13-3, just a little better than us. But I think we blacken their eyes. I think the Raiders make them realize who they are and that they do not want to see us in the second season, the postseason. Because I think the Raiders are going to be a dangerous team this year. I'm rooting for Derek Carr, man. I'm rooting for a resurgence of this offense and some aggression, some step on your throat. I'm sick of these fucking fire drills at the end of games that they shouldn't even be close. Too many close games. We need to learn to step on throats and to finish games like a true competitor does, like a true killer does. We got to get that instinct this year, and if you can get it and you can maintain it, it's going to be a beautiful thing. Thanks for joining me. As always, I appreciate any second you spend with me here at Raider Reaction. Like I said, losing my voice. Make sure to like and follow us right here on the Raider Reaction Facebook page. Join the official group of Raider Reaction, the Raider Reaction Empire, the dark side. Click on the group tab on the Facebook page. Of course, follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Until next time. Oh, check out that website too. Until next time, I'm out. Peace. Love.